Good evening, everyone. Alison, Secretary of the Inter-American Community Against the Terrorism of the Organization of American States, Alejandra Mora, Secretary Executive of the Women Subcommission of the Organization of American States, Counselor, authorities, both civil and military. Thank you. And to the participants, thank you very much for being here, sharing this important event for INCIBE. Welcome to this version 4.0. Faustino, I hadn't seen you. Julio, welcome to this 4th edition of Mujeresciber, the reference forum to deal about digitalization with international speakers from the public sector, from the civil sector, from the private sector, representatives from institutions. We are very happy and very pleased with the organization of this event. I would like to thank the INCIBE team, who have worked really hard, and also the organization of American States, who have made it possible for us to be here. After this motto, take the control, we are bringing together different initiatives that aim at opening cybersecurity to women as an opportunity to know the risks of the digital world, and also to arouse the interest and vocation of women so that they can join this sector, which has a high level of employability. For those of you who have been following this morning, whether here or by streaming, we have shared the experiences from different professionals to know that it is possible to reach, to make it here. And we have heard about talent, about global talent and also talent here in Spain. And they have given us some tips to know what we should do for a more inclusive digital world, and in order to reduce the gap that we can see in this sector. We are tackling different initiatives, different actions, everything that's necessary, and nothing is too much in order to avoid the cyber security problems we have on the net, also gender-based violence on the internet. We will talk about that later, and best practices in the digital world for the future, and also in current times, the gap between the demand of jobs and the offer of qualified professionals in these areas, something that can affect the growth perspectives, especially for female profiles. Cybersecurity, I think we are all clear on this. We have been following INCIBE at INCIBE for 2 days, and we have no doubt of the opportunity we have in our hands in order to improve the gender diversity and to reduce inequalities. It is already a field with a great present and a great future ahead of it, and not only in the digital and technological, but also in real life. In INCIBE, you have a real partner, and we will continue to work on awareness-raising initiatives around these issues to generate and develop female talent, and also to improve entrepreneurship in cybersecurity. I would like to finish my intervention by reiterating my gratitude to Alison, to all of you, the Organization of American States, the speakers, the participants and attendees. Although we aren't very many here, I know we are being followed by many people on streaming. So please continue to enjoy this day. We will continue until 7:30 this evening with great panels and interviews. And thanks again for being here, sharing this day with all of us and helping us improve and make progress in order to achieve a more inclusive digital environment. Thank you. Thank you, Rosa. We now connect with Alison August Rebel. She's the Executive Secretary of the International Inter-American Council Against Terrorism of the Organization of American States. You have the floor. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon. Depending on where you are, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this event, Mujeresciber 4.0, 2021 edition. I would like to recognize and thank, obviously, our dear friends from INCIBE, particularly the General Director, Rosa Diaz, and also my dear colleague, Alejandra de la Mora, Executive Director of the Commission, Inter-American Commission of Women, for their commitment in holding this wonderful event. I am really sad that I cannot be there physically with you. Maybe next time. But let me tell you that for more than 4 years, our organizations have been joining forces in order to tackle the many and growing challenges affecting Ibero-American women in the field of security and cybersecurity. I would like to highlight just 2 of them today. First, we know that women are being the victims of a disproportionate manner of cyber bullying, extortion, and other crimes. We need to raise awareness across our region and our world on the realities that women live in cyberspace and equip our institutions and organizations so that they can respond in a fastest and more efficient way to these challenges. Today, you will have the opportunity to know some of the initiatives we have underway on these issues. And secondly, we know that currently women account for just 25% of the workforce in cybersecurity in the world. However, although these figures continues to improve year after year, we need to continue to join our forces not only to increase the capacity building for women and help bridge the gap in cybersecurity for women, but we also need to continue to invite women to join this career. We believe that this event, under the motto "Take the Control," represents an excellent opportunity to reflect on these and other issues and to consider how we can continue to contribute to reinforcing the cybersecurity industry as a whole. As Rosa has just mentioned, you will see that we have put together a very dynamic program, which we hope will be useful to increase your knowledge, to promote cooperation and more research and development on a topic as important as that of gender and cybersecurity. But above all, we do hope that by the end of this day, you will feel motivated and moved to try and help us seek solutions to the problems we have. That's all from me. I would like to thank once again INCIBE for their continued support, and thanks to all the participants for their time, for their interest, and particularly for their commitment. Thank you. Thank you, Alison. We really appreciate your words. We will now give the floor to Alejandra Mora. She's the Secretary of the Inter-American Commission of Women. Let's connect with her. Good morning, good afternoon. Yes, indeed. Good morning, good afternoon. That's the way it is in this global world. My greetings from Washington. It is a pleasure and an honor to be part of this female space, Mujeresciber 2021. I would like to greet particularly the Secretary of INCIBE, Mrs. Artigas, my colleague. We have made a great team. Alison, my dear friend, we both together at the American State Organization to improve the situation in the world of digital for women. And I would like to share some reflection from the moment the COVID pandemic started, that you, as young women who are part of this process, you can also tell us the whole world has changed as a result. And we've had a differentiation, a very different and marked impact in health, mental health, particularly in what regards violence, in care, how much time we are devoting as women to provide care to our friends and family. The rejoining the market and the statement that goes stay home should not really be taken to the letter. We want to go outside, we want to work, we want to be recognized, and we want our work to be valued. And we always said that this impact could lead to serious consequences. And the digital world is a world that has to be taken care of. Not only because this world of digital is reproducing the whole range of things that we can see in the real world, discrimination, violence, etc., but also because we have seen how everything is happening in this space. Political campaigns are being led by women in this space, education is taking place in this space, relationships with friends and family take place in this space. And therefore, we should be on the lookout on what empowering women means and entails for the digital world, for cybersecurity, and we should also discuss how we should have greater access to new technologies, understanding the gap that women still suffer. So I do celebrate that we can have this joint cooperation and that we can all talk about the different tools that we have put together, particularly for violence prevention, as Alison already pointed out, and also the Secretary of the INCIBE also mentioned what this means for women, what violence means for women in cyberspace. This is something we have to put up with from the very beginning, but it is the same violence now, but with a different look, because it takes on different and multiple spaces, and we need to be able to identify this, to attend to it, to prevent the risks. And from the experiences of online women, we must learn that these are very different from the experiences of men. From this experience of women, by talking to them, many of them have felt threatened, stalked, and exposed, and this happens only because they are women. And this situation, this different situation, must be clear for all of us who work in the cyber world, in those who design the program and who attend to all issues related to cybersecurity. It also entails the need to analyze and to go deeper in the whole dimension of gender in cybersecurity, so that we, women, young women, children, girls, can develop themselves on equal terms in this online space. The need for all actors to be involved is absolutely strategical to be able to implement integral measures. The other issue that has been mentioned, and I must mention too, is the gap we women have to face when it comes to internet access and internet quality, how to benefit from the whole range of opportunities that the cyberspace brings, how to continue to make progress in the development for professional, social, educational aspects. And this goes hand in hand with access, which cannot be a cause to be left behind as women and girls. So we need to put in place the PPPs, the social corporate responsibility, and businesses, all things that are related to cyberspace. These are just some of the challenges we have as the leader of the Inter-American Commission for Women. We really think that it is important to be together, to talk, to grow together, to understand what's going on, and to continue opening up new spaces for women and to get to a real equality, which is part of our development as human beings. Thank you, and my best and warmest regards.